Hi guys, welcome back to my mid-year project pen update for like all of my products that I want to pen this year. It's kind of like the 25 things I want to pen this year, and I'm just gonna tell you which ones I've been able to pen. There were actually a couple, and you know what, I'm still kind of working my way through, so hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm doing these updates quarterly, so this is my second quarter talking about this. I am kind of pre-filming it, or pre-filming, like we're not really in the mid-year point. There's still like 2 weeks left, but I just decided to update it now. Technically, if I waited 2 weeks, I probably would be able to talk about a lot more empties and like bands, but you know what, it's fine. At least I'm gonna have something for the next update, because the list is getting a little bit more complicated now, because obviously like the easier products are already out, and I'm working on the things that will take me quite a while. So yeah, so that's just kind of like the most challenging part, but also I've already worked on a lot of these products for like almost half a year, so technically with the like harder level, I also have way more time to play with them, or like I've had more time playing with them, so it should be fine. So let me kind of walk you through all the products that I've been able to pan. Before I do that though, in case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love panning. I'm doing Pendos eyeshadows, Pendos palettes, this like all year project pan, project level up, palette crush of the month. I'm doing all of that, and I'm also reviewing new palettes, so hopefully you'll find something that you enjoy. And now let's just jump right into it. So in the first quarter, I mentioned 6 products that I've been able to use up. And those were like the easiest ones. We've talked about the Quicksand lipstick from Oden's Eye, the chiffon blush from Colorpop, the brow pencil, I don't remember what it was called, but there was a brow pencil, then the Maybelline Ultimate Lip something, the Oden's Eye Salmone gel liner in like the yellow shade, and then the Firework mascara. So these were my pans from last quarter, so we were able to get through 6 products, and now I currently have 11 products in total panned in this project, so we're a little bit under half of the products, but I'm getting like really close on a lot of them. So I think in the next quarter I will definitely have multiple products to mention. So let me kind of walk you through the order in which I've been able to hit pan on these products. So first we have this Oden's Eye lipstick. This was my this was my 7th pan this year in this project, and this is a lipstick from the Halloween bundle from Oden's Eye in collaboration with Angelica, and this is the Shine lipstick called Spectral. It was like a dusty, almost grayish pink. There's just like very barely a little bit of product. If I like really let it sit for a really long time, and there's like a little dot at the end of the applicator, but otherwise I can't really fully coat my lips with it. And also there's like a certain smell with this that is definitely different than it used to be. It didn't happen with the other lipsticks in this collection, but this one did, and so I wouldn't really be comfortable using it, but I was able to use it 55 times this year, and it already had quite a lot of usage prior. Like I think it could have another like 40 uses on it from last year. So yeah, this one has definitely been used quite a lot. It's been a really nice kind of like almost lip oily type of gloss. So I've been really enjoying this one, and it's been a really nice color for when I'm doing like a little bit more cooler toned looks or neutral looks. So yeah, this one was really nice, and I had all of these lipsticks in this project, and we're rolling one out completely. Then the 8th product was the Lash Like a Boss mascara, which was second mascara that I've introduced in this project. I knew that the mascaras will be really easy because I usually have mascara for like a month or month and a half, so I knew that within the first like quarter or by the second quarter I'm definitely going to be able to use them up. So this is the Essence Lash Like a Boss, and when I rolled it in the beginning of the year, it had 6 uses, and I was able to get 43 uses out of this mascara in total. So this year I've used it 37 times, which is a little bit over a month worth of use. And it's a really nice mascara. It's a waterproof one. I do really like the applicator, and that's why I was able to use it so many times, because I actually did enjoy it, and it didn't dry up too fast. It wasn't really like, it wasn't doing anything that's not supposed to. So that's why it actually lasts that long and stayed with me for that long. And I wouldn't mind repurchasing this one because it was a really nice mascara. But I'm currently like working on a lot of other mascaras and just eye products. So this one is a really nice one. It's definitely, I think I already had it in my empties, or if I haven't, then I definitely will. But yeah, it's a really good one. I have nothing bad to say about it. And then the 9th product that I don't actually know where it is. I guess I already put it in my empties, but it's another lipstick from this Halloween collection, and it's the shade Radioactive, which was the like glowy kind of like lip oil. It definitely felt a little bit more like a lip oil. It was sheer with like a little bit of like gold speckles in there. I was able to use 47 times, and I'm sure that there was more than 50 uses on it from the previous year, because it was just such a comfortable, almost like a lip balm type of product that I would just use for that. And also because it had like a little bit of yellow goldy sparkle, and I have a little bit more warm tones in my skin. It was just like a very nice neutral everyday lip balm for me. So I actually use that a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually had 100 uses on it in total, but I wasn't really tracking it. I've only started tracking it this year for this project. Otherwise there would definitely be way more usage on that. So that's Radioactive. Then number 10 is the Kind and Free concealer from Rimmel. I also have it in my empties, so I'm just gonna pop up a picture of how it looks like in case you would like to buy it. But that one was definitely a well-used concealer in my collection. It had 218 uses at the beginning of the year, and I knew that within like 100 uses I would probably be able to use it up, because that's around the same amount that it took for me to use up the Last Ingredients concealer, and that is in the exact same packaging. It has the same like packaging, so there's approximately the same amount of product. It is slightly more runny, the Kind and Free concealer, but still like it kind of works the same way. I had it in the shade Fair, I believe. And it was a really nice concealer. Sometimes when my skin would be a little bit more textured, I would have a little bit of like lines under my eyes after, like in the afternoon. But otherwise it was a really nice concealer, and we went from 218 uses to 315 uses. So I was able to use it 97 times this year, which is insane. There's technically still a slight bit of product, but because I was when I was using it the last time, I actually pulled out a little bit of like fluff on the applicator, and I wasn't sure if it's just fluff or if it's mold. And because the concealer already was without the stopper, I was using it for like, I don't know, a month and a half, maybe 2 months without the stopper, so I knew that there's just like teeny tiny product around the like perimeters of the packaging, or like the walls. I just decided to call it quits, because I would have like maybe a week, 2 weeks more of using it, and that would be it. So I just didn't really felt like I should risk it. And I think 315 uses is still a lot from a concealer. Like that's almost a year of everyday usage, and these concealers aren't that expensive. I don't remember the exact price that it is now or when I bought it, but it's definitely like a fraction when you kind of count the usage that you can get out of it. So yeah, it was a good everyday concealer. I didn't have to set it with any powders, which I like. I don't like to use primers or powders because I only really use it in this little area here and sometimes slightly here, but that's just like a teeny tiny, and I just put like a dot or two here, blend it with my finger, and whatever is left on my finger I use in this like lower outer corner part, so, or like upper cheek area. And that's all the concealer that I do, so I don't really need primer for it, and I don't like setting anything on my face because I just hate the like, I hate feeling powder on my face, and I also don't like how matte it looks. So that was the pen number 10, and then pen number 11, which is our last one that we're gonna be talking about this in this video, is the Got To Be Brow Gel. This took forever. I took a stopper out of it like 3 months ago, maybe more, and it took so long to like get the product out. There's still like a little bit on the brush, but honestly, like I can't coat my brows with this, and it's also like the gel is slightly thicker than it used to be, and it's kind of, it just creates a lot of mess on your brows and very like clumpy brows. So the formula isn't the best at this point, but I've used it so many times last year. I think I was using it for like 3 months or maybe even 4 when I rolled it in at the beginning of the year. And to this day, or like this year, I was able to use it 138 times. So yeah, that's still like 4 months of usage. So I think this would last you like, I don't know, 8 months maybe, if you would use it every single day, which I did. Yeah, it lasts forever. It wasn't expensive at all. You can even use it on your baby hairs, but I don't like to, I wouldn't be comfortable using something on my brows and also on my hair because because like there's different bacteria and stuff like that, and I just don't want to introduce more acne in my life. Like, it's just, no, thank you. So this one, 138 times, and it's completely used up. There's nothing in it. It's so light. Like, it's insane. So yeah, that's the Got To Be Brow Gel, and it's the last pen that we're going to be talking about. So 11 products done, 14 more to go. The ones that are going to be the easiest is my other Oden's eye lipstick. This one is the shade Shadow Creature, which is actually what I have on my lips today. Because this one, I've already used it like 18 times, and because this one is a matte formula, it's a lot thicker. It's kind of like a lip clay formula from Kaleidos, and I can definitely tell that when I take the applicator out, there's not that much product on it. There definitely used to be a lot more, so we're getting a little bit more to the bottom. I have no clue how many uses are in this, but you definitely use way more product of this than from the shiny or glowy versions, and you have it in the same packaging. And also because this is thicker, it probably, you can't really put as much product in there, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think this one's not gonna be that hard. And another matte one from this collection is the shade Swan Fog, and I've actually used this one a lot more. I've used it 24 times currently. This one is a little bit more orangey, bricky, and this one definitely feels a lot lighter, and there's definitely like very little product on the applicator, so you know, like maybe I'm gonna be able to squeeze another like 50 uses out of it, but I don't really think that that's gonna happen. So these two are pretty close. Then I have my two primers here that are both running solo. I do actually have to squeeze so hard, so if I waited for 2 weeks I would probably be able to roll out both of them, but I kind of didn't want it to wait, and I wanted to post this one because I am kind of slowly filming my mid-year checkups, and I don't want to really like spam you with too many of them in a short amount of time, so I'm kind of trying to like create some space in between these videos. So we have the Wet n Wild Mega Last Eyeshadow Primer, which I've currently used 149 times this year, and it already had previous use from last year, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get more than like 160 uses out of it this year. But yeah, this one is getting super, super close, and it's very lightweight now. And then we have the NYX Glitter Primer, which also had quite a bit of primer prior use from last year. And this year, right now, it has 164 uses on it. So, yep. I'm using this every single day, whereas the Mega Last, sometimes I would use like a eyeshadow stick, like a cream stick or something. So yeah, but this one 164 uses, and it's very, very, very low on product. I do have to squeeze it really hard, so by the end of the week I'm gonna be done with this for sure. But then the rest of the products are kind of a little bit slower to go. I have my Revolution Fast Base Blush, which I've been trying to use a lot, and like I've definitely used quite a bit of it because I think I've used it this year about as much as in the previous years. So, you know, I think the usage doubled from at the beginning of the year. It had 82 uses when I rolled it in at the beginning of the year, and now it has 116. So yeah, like 30 uses, which is actually not that much, and I still have so much of product left. But if I would get to like half of this stick, that would be wonderful. So I'm just trying to like really use it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to completely use it this year, but I think my goal for this when I rolled it in was to try to at least use half of the product, and I think I'm getting there soon. Then I have a couple face products in this magnetic palette. So I have my Essence All About Matte Setting Powder. I still have quite a lot of it left, but I've been using it a lot for like creating blushes and other face products, like frankening them from my eyeshadows. And with this one, because of that, I was able to get to, well, we started at 186 uses, and now we're at 228 uses. So around 40 uses this year, which for me that is a lot because I don't actually use setting powders. Then we have the Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Hippo. I haven't actually been focusing on it because I've been focusing on other things, but this is how Hippo looks like. And we started at 29 uses, and now we're at 38. So yeah, I only have 9 uses since the beginning of the year, but I hope I'm gonna get to it more in the future. Then we have the Highly Wasted, which is this one. It's also another Super Shock highlighter. And this one had 20 uses at the beginning of the year, and now it has 28, so only 8 uses. And the last one is a blushy kind of highlighter. It's like a pearlized blush. It's called All Laced Up, also from the Super Shock blush collection from Colourpop. And this one we started at 89 uses. Sorry, we started at 69 uses, and now we're at 84. So yeah, like 15 uses since the beginning of the year. I know it's not a lot and it's not great, but I've been focusing on my Merry Christmas and Christmas Eve palettes from Oden's Eye and trying to like hit pan on those. So, and I would use a couple of the eyeshadows for like blushes and highlighters. Then I have the Catrice primer. It's the Aqua Splash Grip Primer, which I think I've used like once or maybe twice before I rolled it into this project, and now this year I've used it 12 times, so not a lot, but I don't really use primers all that much. Then I have the Revolution spray. It's like a fixing spray or something, and I have it at home, like at my parents' house, so I only use it a couple times when I'm there and when I do like a water activated liner or something. So I've only used it 10 times this year. And then for the palettes, so I have my Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette. Let me actually take the little plastic thingy that's on the inside. So this is Mini Charms. It had no pans when I rolled it at the beginning of the year, so obviously there has been some use this year, and we started at 7 uses and now we're at 45 uses, so I've used it like 38 times this year. I use this bottom shade a lot as a highlighter on the face. I actually used that today as well. And then obviously I have these two pans over here, so I've been pretty good at this at using this, and I think I could be able to like use it up completely this year if I'm gonna try. And since the other Pando's palettes don't really have any, or like they don't have many shimmers, it's pretty easy for me to use this one. And then next up we have the Liana palette by Shall We Makeup, and this is how it looks like. And I've actually been able to create 2 pans this year because I had it in my project level up, and Liana had 28 uses and now it has 31, so I was able to use it 3 times and I was able to hit 2 pans in those looks. So I think that's pretty cool, and that's for Liana. Then I have the Tinkerbell palette from Colorpop. It's the Sprinkle a Little Magic palette. It's like a little 9 pan, and mine actually looks quite a bit different. Since the beginning of the year I was able to completely use up these 2 shades. This shade is currently in my like everyday little magnetic palette, and from the shade Neverland I was able to franken a little bit of this eyeshadow because the shade place between that was supposed to be here shadowed on me. Otherwise I don't think many things happened with this palette, but I have 2 shades or like 2 pans from this completely used up and gone from my collection. And this Tinkerbell palette, it had 37 uses on it at the end of last year, and now it has 69, so I was able to use it 32 times, which is pretty nice. And I think my goal was to get rid of these 3 shades, which I'm currently working on this one, and have a pan in these 3 at the bottom. So I'm doing quite good. I'm doing quite well. I only need to completely use up the shade that is supposed to be here and then hit these 2 pans. So I think I'm getting there. I've definitely been doing good, and that's because my Pando's eyeshadows that has really helped me with that. Then I have the Merry Christmas and Christmas Eve palette. I can't show you the palettes because I don't know if it was end of last year or beginning of this year, but I depotted them and used them for, or like repressed the remaining shades in my magnetic pans because I only had like I think 17 shades left from both of these palettes combined, so I had like half of the shades from each of them, and yeah, it just made no sense to actually keep the big 16 pan palette for half of the shades. And now I have even less than that, than those 17 shades. So for the Merry Christmas palette we started at 118 uses and we're currently at 187 uses, so I was able to use it 69 times I believe this year, which is pretty good. And I only have 5 shades left from that palette, which I think we had like 7, yeah, I think we had 7 shades in the beginning of the year from this palette, so I was able to get rid of 2 of them. Then the Christmas Eve palette, we started at 102 uses. Now we're at 171 uses, so I was able to use it 69 times as well. That's pretty cool, actually. So 69 times, and I think I was able to use up 2 shades since the beginning of the year. Now I only have 9 shades from this palette. And yeah, it's getting used and abused. I actually use one of the shades, well, 2 of them. The shade Softly in my brows and the shade Ice Crystal to mix in with this gingerbread shade as a blush. So I use these 3 shades from these 2 palettes every single day for my blush and for my eyebrows, and I'm really trying to like get the uses in. So that's for the Christmas palettes. Then I have my Sol Monet 2 palette by Oden's Eye as well. This one started at 69 uses and now it's at 98. So 29 times this year. And I think I was able to hit 1, 2, 3, 4 pans this year, if I remember that correctly. So I'm definitely like getting some good use on this. And yeah, I'm really trying to have progress in this one. And then the last palette, which I'm not actually doing really good at. I thought I might be able to use it a bit to get my money's worth. But I'm not good at it. So it's the Halloween palette by Shroud Cosmetics. One of the shades is currently in like one of my BYOPs, so don't bother. But I haven't really, I think I've used that shade like 3 times. It's like a green matte. I was able to hit a pan on this shade. As you can see, it's kind of shattering because of that pan. But yeah, and it's only because it was in my pan of eyeshadows. Otherwise, I wouldn't even use it. And yeah, it's just not a palette that I really reach for. But we started at 21 uses. And now we're at 40 uses. And that's only because I was using this shade. Otherwise, I wouldn't get use out of it. And yeah, I think this is gonna be like, this is for sure gonna be an unsuccessful product from this project. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to 25 pans this year because I'm not gonna be able to use this one as much as I wanted to. I don't know if I wanted to hit pan on every single shade or if I just wanted to use it certain amount of times. I don't really remember what my goal was with this one, but I'm definitely not gonna be able to reach it because I'm just not enjoying it. I'm really not. But the problem is I can't get rid of this palette because I want to keep the packaging for my BYOPs, and I don't think anyone would want these shades as singles. So I think at the end of the year, I'm just gonna like depot this, have the shades for if I ever need them for like a BYOP, and then keep the magnetic palette just as like a storage palette for my BYOPs, and I'm not gonna really count this as a real like palette in my collection because I'm not gonna be using it that way. So yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of realizing, and I've been realizing it pretty much ever since I rolled this into this project. So yeah, that's not gonna be a successful one, but otherwise I think I'm doing really good. And I think within a month I can at least have like 2 pans, which will be the primers. And by the next quarter, I'm definitely gonna be done with the Oden's Eye lipsticks. And then, I don't know, I'm gonna try to, because the only other like easy product. Okay, so I have no clue where my camera cut me off. But yeah, I'm really trying to get as much uses as I can get. I'm probably gonna be able to get like another maybe 4 or 5 products by the end, by the next quarter. And by the next update. But then there are a lot of products that are like really, really, really hard and will take me a really long time. I am trying to get rid of the Merry Christmas pad, like really plow through all the shades. As I said, I still have 5. 2 shades are like gonna be pretty easy, and then I have one that I'm using pretty much every single day, as a blush. But then there are two that I'm just like, those are gonna be hard. I'm gonna try to use one of the shimmers a lot in the summer as like my nail polish, because it's pretty nice as a nail polish actually. I just don't really enjoy it on my eyes. But then I have one green matte, which I'm gonna have to like really, really, really focus on it and get as much use as I can out of it. But yeah, that's just like a problem for future me, I guess. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just really trying, and I hope I'm gonna be successful. I will have to revisit my goals, but I think I'm gonna do that after the third quarter to just see, because I know that the more like hard palettes and products in this collection definitely had like some kind of flaws there. It wasn't like to completely finish, it was just like either hitting pan or using it certain amount of times. I just don't really remember, so I'm gonna have to check that after the last or like after the third quarter to see how much work I have to do for the end of the year. But right now I think we're doing quite well. Like we're almost in the half point of my pants, and it's not even half a year. So that's kind of everything I wanted to say. Let me know what you think about my progress. Let me know if you are focusing on any of these like project pan or other like panning projects, and how many things you think you've been able to use up this year when it comes to makeup and like beauty. Let me know down below. And with that being said, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another video. So bye.